Come. No, no. Come close. Yes.
You are laughing.
Huh?
I'm shivering.
Yes.
I see that all is very subtle.
Huh? I think.
I see that all becomes more and more subtle.
Yes.
And
what do you mean? What becomes more subtle is the ego. What do you mean? The mind.
All what I see.
All what you see.
And what I experience. Even with Baba and guidance. It all becomes more subtle and more unreal. In the sense of, is it all my projection only? And somehow I know I have to go through even the subtlest one to be really at home. And
such a fear, right? Okay, I understand. I can feel it. You don't need to say one word. I can see what is going on there. Okay? Just wait for 2 minutes that you can. Otherwise, whatever I say will not go through. Just wait for you to calm down a little bit. Let's wait for you.
Bit more slowly.
Let's wait for you to calm down a little bit. Now, in this moment, right here, right now, see whose fears are these. See who is the one that is afraid. Okay?
This question I never can go marine. Mind did not allow me to do it properly. I know it's just this.
Okay. Now, see. Fear is there, right? Okay. Then yes, right. That's all. Right. That's all. No problem. Cry it out and then you get it. Right? No problem. No control. That's it. Let it go out. Right. Put it out. Good. Good. Go. And it is less, right? It is less. Yeah.
Not in the body.
Huh?
In the body, no.
You wait. No rush. No control, no resistance. No effort. You want fun?
No.
There is subconsciousness coming to the surface. Right? Subconsciousness is coming to the surface. Right? The subconsciousness needs and it will be liberated. Right? It will be liberated. It will be released. Right? It has to be that way. And one day I was in the mandir, right? And I felt exactly like you. And I burst into tears and I was crying like a madman, right? Everybody came and trying to help me, trying to do something about it, right? Nobody could do anything about it. They were just disturbing, right? And then a very wise Sevadal, Sikh, wearing a turban, he said, "Leave him alone, he's fine." See? And then I put myself, put all this out of my system, right? Out of my body, out of my mind, right? And after that, I was feeling such a release, such a relief, peace, right? Spirituality without guidance, without advice, it can be dangerous, right? If you enter into practices, right, means that's going to be the end of the ego, and the ego is going to play. Ego is a very good warrior. See, my respect to the ego. The ego knows it's going to die, but it's going to fight until the end. See, it's a very good warrior. He will not surrender. It's dying. He will be dying there. See, agonizing, knowing that it's going to disappear. He will fight until the end. Right? But we shouldn't fight with the ego. We should understand what the ego is. And we understand that, he can do whatever he pleases, it will not bother you.
I know that it is only a song.
See, the problem is that you want to be there. Am I right? See, you want to be in the self. You want to experience the self.
Yes, I know that it is not possible.
It is not possible.
The thing is,
because you are.
It is always like a cat that is biting itself in the tail.
Then
I know it, and I deny it, and yet I don't know it.
Then stop.
Huh?
Stop. Stop trying to be what you already are. You are already the self. Okay? There are not two selves. One that is going to experience the other. One that is going to realize the other. There is only one self. There's only one being. And you are that already. See? The identity with the body is not even yours. The identity with the body is of the mind. The mind identifies itself with the body, right? Says, I am a separate individual entity, and superimpose that limitation on you.
Yes.
So when these phenomena occurs, when something like that happens, right? You remove the tension from them. They will happen anyway, right? But attention should be in the one that pays attention to them. See? In the one that is aware of them. Means to be self-aware, to be the self-awareness that you already are. It is impossible, it is important to understand that the seeker itself is the illusion. Right? It is not real. So how can the unreal experience the real? It is impossible. How can the unreal realize the real? It's a contradiction in terms here. The idea of asking the question, who am I, right, is to bring the mind to its place of origin so the mind keeps quiet. See? And then the I thought, the I am the body idea doesn't arise. It's not a controlling mechanism, it's not resistance, it's not repression. Right? It is a very sweet way to bring the mind back to its place of origin. It has to be done lovingly, gently, kindly. Otherwise, it's mechanic. This is what happens. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? and becomes a controlling mechanism. Thought arises. If you are attracted to self-inquiry, the mind arises, thought takes place. Let them run for some time. See, let them run for some time. Let them. Then you ask for where this thought is coming from. And they disappear. The question from where this thought is coming from destroy the chain of thoughts. And as soon as this question finishes, from where these thoughts are coming from, there is silence, there is peace. And that's your natural state. That's your true nature. That's your reality. That's your self. Self itself. Call it awareness. Call it consciousness. Call it whatever you like. See, no word can ever match. Don't say I know. Don't let this I show up. Okay? This I know, who knows? This is inquiry. Now we're doing inquiry together. Inquiry has to be guided. See, this is inquiry. Who knows? Because when you say I know, automatically I means body, right? So the I am the body idea is back. The I thought is back. That's the only thought. There is no many thoughts. People say, oh, so many thoughts. No. There's only one thought. See, and any other thought is that thought. See? I am the body, I am Caesar, I am a man, I am going, all this is one thought. The thinker is a thought. And then when this thought arises, let it arise. See? From where this thought is coming. Yes, stay quiet. When the mind is quiet, don't spoil it with any other question, with any other statement. No need. Once you understand how the self-inquiry works, forget about everything else. Close the book, say thanks to them, put them down. If you open them, it's going to be more food for thoughts, right? Once you understand what the inquiry is all about, see, just completely, see, 24 hours a day, right? The inquiry should take place. Stop thinking about I am progressing, I am not progressing, right? Forget about that. Who is going to progress anyway? There is no spiritual progress. The spirit is the self. The self cannot progress. There is no spiritual evolution. The self cannot evolve or evolve. See, there is ego dissolution. See? Keeping the mind in its place of origin by itself burns the tendencies. They get suffocated, asphyxiated. See? They're drowned in the ocean of peace and dissolve there. That's all what you need to do at this stage. Right? You have been for a long, long, long time in spiritual path, maybe even longer than me. That's it. Nothing else is required. The activities of the body will go on automatically, effortlessly. And when you need your mind, see, somebody asks you, what's the time? 10:20. As soon as you say 10:20, the mind keeps quiet, and that's it. This is what the mind is all about. It's not yourself. See, it's your tool of expression, communication, calculation, whatever it is. It's your instrument. It's not yourself. Okay? It tries to be yourself. See, it pretends to superimpose that on you. And it makes you believe it is you. That powerful is the mind. That's what Ramana Maharshi said. He said, look, with the thumb you can cover the sun. With the thumb, you can cover the sun. See? That powerful is the mind. See? You can cover the very light of your existence. Once we understand that we are the either surrender completely to a higher power. See, my life is not my life. Right? Or when we understand the inquiry, that's it. Nothing else is required. Only thing that is required is to be quiet. Because we cannot be quiet straight away, then the question must be there. Who cannot be quiet? You ask a question, and the question makes the mind to keep quiet. But it has to be done peacefully. It's a very gentle. Any practice has to be done gently. Otherwise, it's like a you see people sometimes in the ashram, Sai Ram. This is not. Yeah. This is misused. Yeah. Sai Ram. It's Shanti. Otherwise, we bring stress into spirituality and we suffer from spiritual stress. My God, I want to be there. I want to realize why the mind, it doesn't let me. That's a spiritual stress. Right?
Even I know this, it happens in this thought field.
Who knows? No. See, you see, the sort of eye, who knows this? Inquire. And the knower disappears together with what the knower knows. See? Because this knower doesn't know anything. This knower is ignorant. No?
I feel like
Now, who feels stuck again? You are the self cannot be stuck anywhere.
I don't feel satisfied.
Who doesn't feel satisfied? The ego doesn't feel satisfied because the ego wants enlightenment. Ego wants liberation, but ego cannot be liberated because liberation is from the ego, it's not for the ego. See? It's not for me, but from me. The I cannot experience the I-less state. The ego cannot experience the egoless state. Thought cannot experience their own non-existence. Right? And then the inquiry must take place. Who is not satisfied? See? So you are inquiring about the reality and the nature of the non-self. You are looking for this entity, imaginary entity that says, I am dissatisfied, I am stuck, I am. See, who is this I? This is the I that you are looking for, not yourself. See? You're looking for this I. When you look for it, it disappears. Temporarily, right? So when you ask this question, who is this I? What is it? Right? Then it merges its place of origin. See? And it's like you know these pills that is for headache and for the stomach that they call Alka-Seltzer. That you put it in the water and get dissolved. Or vitamin C also, right? You put it in the water. What you do is this is the ego, right? And then you put it in the water a little bit. It will come out, but it comes out smaller, right? And then I don't know. I want to know. I want to realize this. This is the I talking, right? I thinking. This is the I thought. And then say, who is saying so? Goes back into silence and And yeah, but that's not enough. See, what is my enlightenment? I don't know what's right. He goes on, and then who is saying so again? See, who is this I? It becomes smaller. You don't even know that, right? This is why I'm telling you. Forget about supervising. This is why I have to release this booklet, because there is a chapter that speaks about obstacles and traps. For you, that's the only chapter that you will fit, because you already know too much about spirituality. Right? And eventually, it disappears, and the I thought doesn't come back again. The I am the body idea doesn't come back again. It becomes impossible to identify anymore with the body. Right? The body will remain. See, sense perception will remain. Pleasure and pain will remain. See, punishment and reward may happen. Right? Somebody may, boom, somebody may give you sweets. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Right? Then you, well, this is what it is. This is happening to the body. The body has to go through whatever the body has to go through. I was last year giving talks in Kaliningrad, and the translator didn't like what I was talking about. Yes, and he was very angry with me. And I said, "You're angry because you're afraid." What? Yes, you're afraid now. See? And then he says, and then I said, "You're afraid now." I was speaking like that. He thought that I was aggressive. Look at you, you are so aggressive. And I said, "Sorry, I'm just telling you the fact. See, you become aware of that." And I noticed this anger was going too high. And I said, "Sir, listen, you are about to punch me. See, you are so angry that in this moment, you can punch me right now." "Yes, I want to punch you." And I said, "Do it." Right? Boom! And he punched me and cracked two of my teeth. Right? And then he could release that out of his body. So what to do? If this is what I have to take, I'll take it. Right? I am out of here. I said, "Okay, it was nice to meet you. Mr. Ego, cheers and goodbye. Are you happy now?" Right? And then he went away. Right? So life is like this. The world is like that. The world. That's the nature of the world. Pleasure and pain, this and that. Right? This is why we have to remove the tension from it. See, we draw our attention completely from the object and bring it back to the subject. The subject is the mind. And then you look at the subject. When you look at the mind cannot move. Right? No, but the mind is full of tendencies, right?
But I see the mind. How can it be a subject?
The mind is a subject. If you see the mind, then you are neither subject nor object. Okay? Self is not a subject. It simply is.
It must click now.
It
It must click now.
The click is only there, and the mind says it must click, it has to click yet. But then, what must click? Keep quiet now.
That's it. Is what my hope to fight the whole day.
Huh?
It's like this the whole day, you know.
Yes.
Asking and then.
Then I will come to your rescue. I will go to Tiruvannamalai, give up everything, I come back here. Are you happy with that? 1st of September, I'm back here. I already organized a house to move everything. Then we have to. What to do? I am a delivery pizza boy. That's all.
You are?
Delivery pizza boy.
Oh.
Caesar is like a delivery pizza
I
boy.
like pizza.
You like pizza, man? Pizza. Man, there is your non-dual pizza. I want pizza, non-dual pizza. That is your non-dual pizza. Put it in your mouth so you keep quiet. I can talk to you about that because we are old friends. See, more than 10 years married. No, you can stay there if you want. Stay close. Anybody else that? I just keep. Well, if this is understood, the meaning of this is apart from mind, apart from thought, there is no mind. Right? What is mind? I. See? What does it mean? I? Body. I am the body. Right? That's all. This is what the mind is, a thought, an idea based on identity of the mind with the body. You don't suffer from identity. Now that you suffer, now that you enjoy non-identity, all that doesn't belong to you. All that, even bondage and liberation are for the mind. You are neither in bondage nor free. You are beyond free. Maria Yori would like me would like me to say that. I. When this I shows up, meaning body, then who is this I? It's like a mosquito passing by. What is this? And this is satsang also. When the mind is merged in its place of origin, that is satsang. Okay? The mind is sat means self. Sang means association. If the mind is associated, identifying itself with itself. It's no longer there as a separate entity, but as itself. Then, when the mind is quiet, that is satsang. Everything else, I don't know. I'm not saying that it's wrong. People like to talk a lot about my experience, my spiritual experiences, my experiences as a Baba. See, I was lucky to have such a guide, right? So I remember watching videos. Says, "Come to Puttaparthi. If I cannot talk to you directly, I have many devotees here, many realized beings, right, that can guide you and help you. See, good examples." And then you know this man, right? He is Mr. Ratan, right? And then Swami gave him an interview, right? And then he came to give satsang, and then ego, mental curiosity, asked this question. See, what Swami told you in the interview? And he replied, well, there was a reason. There is a reason why you were not there. Right? Meaning that's none of your business. Right? If you want to know what he told me, you will be seated beside me in the interview room. Right? And then, oh, Swami told me this is for you. Keep it for yourself, because then you confuse people and you will make people believe that what Swami told you is good for everybody else. And this is not true. See? It may or it may not.
This was a big trap for me.
Yes, big trap. Big trap here because, see, we didn't found good guidance, right? Whatever it is. The guidance was there. I was lucky to. Actually, I didn't find him. He found me. It's a long story. And he was always annoying us with that question. Who what? Who wants what? Who is doing what? The ego cannot be in satsang. The ego disappears in satsang. And peace is there. Don't spoil it. At this stage, spirituality becomes an obstacle, right? The spiritual concepts are good for some time, very helpful and necessary for some time. But even those concepts have to be left behind. To experience the concept-led state, which is your reality, your true self, your natural state. First, we give up material concepts, right? Success, progress, failure, fashion, health, wealth, all these are concepts. Right? And then we change it for spiritual concepts. Karma, dharma, exactly, new personality. It's okay. Liberation, this, bondage, this, that, and the other, I am, this, all these are concepts. Right? And then, still is mind. Right? You see why Baba, see, when I am in Tiruvannamalai, I speak about Ramana's teaching. When I am here, I speak about his teaching. No difference. Right? No difference. No difference at all. For who sees the difference? Then Baba says, you are not three, but one. Right? You are not three, but one. One is what you think you are, the body. Two, what people think you are. See, personality. Good, bad, right, wrong, acceptable, unacceptable, moral, immoral, material, spiritual. All these are, see, thoughts. There's this mind. The qualities of mind. Good qualities, bad qualities, still is mind. And then he said, three is what you really are. See, nameless, formless, reality. It's called reality, self, consciousness. And who is this I that is telling me who am I, how am I, what to do, not to do, etc., etc. Who is this boss? Who is bossing me around here? You are the boss. This is what Baba says. You are the master of the mind and master the mind.
Yes.
Exactly. Sometimes the mind cannot keep quiet, and that's okay. Then the mind is talking, talking, talking. Then why listen to all that stuff? It's absolutely meaningless. You are seated here, nothing needs to be done, and the mind is let's do this, let's go there, right? Let's kill spiritual boredom. They call it spiritual boredom. And it goes from this satsang to this satsang, jump from this guru to this guru, right? And go from this statue to that statue to this where it's just trying to, and it doesn't keep quiet, right? So it's playing with spirituality. See? You can use spiritual practices to survive and say, I am spiritually advanced. See, I am advanced meditator. Right? Who is a meditator? If the meditator is there is no meditation. So who is progressing? How the self is meditation. How can the self advance, see, out of its own existence? It makes no sense.
It's believing in this.
Yes.
It's absurd.
It's an absolute. Exactly.
But well, yesterday you read even this is a self playing with absurdity.
Sorry?
Even the self is playing with absurdity.
No, that's the mind. See, the play belongs to the mind. The self is a playground. See? If you have children playing in the space is not playing. The space is giving space for the children to play. Right? So the self, the absolute, doesn't play anything. When the teacher says that it becomes all this, it's a way of speech. Right? It cannot become anything. See? The mind becomes whatever it thinks. The self,
But they are not two, the self and the mind.
they are not two. So the mind, when the mind identifies itself as the body, it creates that a separate and imaginary self. Then, when the mind comes, then you have the mind, the body, and God, as is there were three separate entities, right? But the mind, the body, and God, the self, consciousness are one. Therefore, there is neither mind, nor word, nor self. Everything disappears and remains just a concept. And then, if there is freedom, it's freedom from death. Even freedom from the idea of freedom. Right? That's freedom, even freedom from the idea of freedom. Because the self doesn't say I am free. The self doesn't say I. The body doesn't say I. So something in between arises and creates a sense of separation between the self and the unmanifest and the manifest. Right? That's it. That's Mr. Me. It's so boring. See? You know music? Music is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, and then you combinations and you make music. But the ego got is talking do, re, mi, goes mi. That's a very boring music. This is why we want to get rid of it. Because it's very enough. Yeah. What a big deal I have to go to Tiruvannamalai. I should have come straight away here, but I didn't know what was going on. You can stay there. I can talk to them. You can stay there. Why not? And this is satsang, right? This is what I wanted to make clear from the beginning. Right? Otherwise, we believe that satsang is this comedy that you see now in YouTube and all that stuff. That's not satsang at all. That's spiritual entertainment. Right? And these gurus are spiritual clowns. Huh? Not always. These are gurus. Then I'm not talking about gurus. I'm talking about the ego comes and defends them. No, not always. So satsang is to clarify questions about the spiritual books. Right? If you don't understand, we clarify it out so you can understand the meaning of this concept. If you understood this concept, then let's realize them. What can I do for this to become my experience? So this meeting is half theory, half practice. You see? People find easier to do the inquiry in satsang for some reason, whatever the reason it might be, I don't know. Then you can perfectly keep quiet. Don't listen to what I'm saying, you just focus on your class. Another advice is, whatever I say here, okay, just listen. That's all. If it is for you, it goes here and enters here and stays there and works with you. If it's not for you, what I say enters here, it goes out of here because it's for him. So it enters here, it goes here, and then you catch it. If it doesn't for him, then it goes there, and at some point reaches somebody and it works there. When I was in satsang with Mr. Ratanal, I didn't want to hear anything that what he had to say. Actually, he forced me to read. He said to me, if you are going to teach, you have to read. Because people will ask questions from books, and you will have to understand that. But he said to me, when you read this book, the book will not tell you anything. See, the book will just give you the words for you to speak about what you know already from your own experience. Right? Also, when you ask questions about the books, please bring the book and then show it to me and I read it. Because when you bring the question from the book, the question is already an interpretation from the book. So you bring the book, show it to me, we can go through it together. This is why we are here. Right? I'll give you a small example. This is why we are here. See? I went to see Mrs. Ratanlal a few days ago. She must be nearly 100 years old. She can hardly hear, she can hardly see. But if she sees you, okay, this brain, this mind is Caesar, Caesar, how are you? There's nothing wrong with her. The body is a complete mess, but she's perfectly right. See? And then if she can hear you, automatically she will reply. I was amazed because people say, oh, this and that. And I say, Ama. And then say, who is it? It's me, Caesar. Caesar, how are you? Come. Right? Come, sit. See? And then he started asking, when did you arrive? I said, a few days ago. Oh my God. How long are you staying? 1 week. Why too short? Stay longer. Actually, he said stay. He said stay, right? And I say, okay, Amma, I'm giving substance. Tika, tika, tika. It means okay, okay, okay. She's not interested in anything that I have to say. I should be interested in what you still have to say, right? I say, okay, Amma, we'll go to Tiruvannamalai, give up everything, come back here. If nobody is unhappy with me doing this, then I stay. And then when I saw the conditions, I told the maid, right? And she heard that. Said, listen, if I can be of any help. He says, no, 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 no help. We are here to help, right? And there was, you could see the energy that was coming from that woman. See, the Shakti that still was there, and it was amazing. See, actually, I have a, do you want something to drink? Would you like a coffee, a cool drink? Right? This morning also in my building, right? The baby likes the elevator. Because the elevator talks to him. Please close the door. Please. And then there was no power this morning, no electricity. And then we were in the fifth floor, and then he said, we tried to drag the baby through the stage, impossible. We started crying, 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 the power came back. Miracle, see, out of compassion, the power came back. Right? We jumped in the lift, and there was an old woman, another, sorry, who are you? Ego is calling. Just sir, how are you? Hello. Hello. Something is wrong with my phone. I cannot hear you well. Hello. 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 I fell down today. Good Lord. Hello. I have to call him. He fell down. He fell down. What is? I call him yet. I mean, is everything okay? This woman says, with the baby, yes, Amma, the baby is okay. But now, what happened? So the baby lies, I tell this story, the baby lies in the lift, no power, he cried, power is back now, he is happy. And then, because we are living in the building, we are new in the building, she says, any help, please let us know. If you need any help, let us know. So, this is the hallmark, see, offer through the devotee, right? What can I do for you? See? First God, right? Second the world, last you. Right? So when we enter into this path, this is why we are here. Right? Not to live only for ourselves. There is some, of course you decide to have some pampering, whatever it is, why not? But if it is become all about that, then you are in the trap of your own desires. See? You are attached to the body, it is all for the body, 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 body. Any questions from anybody else? If not, we can be quiet, no problem. Why not?
What can I do to dissolve identity I'm doer?
When this,
Because it's quite strong, and I know it because I had experience without doer, and now I know it's like hell for me.
yeah, now it's hell.
So, what I can do?
And again, when the idea of doership comes from, see, you have to question that. See, you are doubting when you ask who is doing, right? It is me. Then who am I? So you are doubting, you are the doer. See, you are doubting actually that there is a separate entity doing something by his, her, its own will. Right? For example, I want to eat. It's okay. It doesn't matter I want to eat. Who wants to eat? Your feet will carry on walking towards the canteen, right? Because the needs for the body have to be satisfied, right? Food, is needed for the body. And then you go to the canteen, walking, but you find no walker. See, you don't see what is Johnny Walker. You don't feel Johnny Walker. It's just walking. Right? Nobody's walking. Walking is taking place. Right? And then you go to the canteen and you will have to make an effort, see, to say, please this, please that, because this is what the mind is. Right? It's your instrument. The mind is like the wheel in the car. Right? And the body is the car. Who is driving? Not the body, not the mind. Right? Because the ego is like this, right? He is my father and I am the son. Well, it's Lakshman. Anyway, he is the father and I am the son, right? And then my father is driving the car. And but my father bought me a toy that you can attach to the co-pilot seat, and it has like a toy driving wheel. And I am the baby, my father is driving and I am right? Who is this one? Who is the driver? The driver is driving you crazy. Huh? Because we believe it's real, right? We believe that there is such a thing as an individual, independent, autonomous self. Who is the moderator?
No question, who is speaking?
Huh?
To whom is he speaking?
Who is speaking to whom? I don't know. You tell me, I don't know. You know more than me, I don't know. I don't even know how I know what I know. That much I know. This is how much I know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. So the one that reacts to the mind is the mind. See? The only one that wants to control the mind is the mind. See? The one that wants to destroy the mind is the mind. It's all mind game. And it's just an excuse of the mind to remain there doing something. See? Let me destroy myself. Let me kill myself. The ego says, let me destroy the ego. So the only way to destroy the ego is to see what the ego is. And then you realize it isn't there. And then how can you destroy what it doesn't exist? You have to realize that it is just an illusion. Because I am the body is only one thought. That's what it is. Get rid of that thought and everything falls in some place by itself. I don't want to give success anymore. I want to open my own business. I'm not going to India to the help of the parties, all these people. Look at me. Right? First, there is a moment that you cannot hide yourself anymore. What I mean yourself is your true nature. There is a moment that you cannot hide your true nature. Yes, it becomes so obvious, right, for you and sometimes even for the others, right? So you cannot hide yourself. If Farmer said, I cannot hide myself anymore, right? What can I do, right? So I cannot hide myself, but I cannot hide myself from you neither, right? See, I cannot run away from you. So you are trapped, I'm trapped. very, very big, right? And this is it's a trap to get out of the trap. But let's get out of the trap. It is a burning place. This is what Baba says. If you say yes to me, we don't even know what we're talking about. Yes, Swami. Right? I only want you. Ah, good, good, very good. Now, I will put you in the oven, he said, right? And I will not let you go out until you are fully cooked. So what to do? Eventually you realize that you yourself are him. These are the stages. See? Identity with the body, then identity with the mind, then identity with the self, and then no identity at all. Don't try to remember. See, I'll give you a secret, open secret, right? The body mind is a recording machine. See, the body is a receptor, the mind is an interpreter. See, so anything that you perceive through the senses is already going through. It becomes your memory. Okay? Just listen. And it will go here, enter there, and when it's necessary, it will come to your rescue in one way or another. It took me years to understand a simple gesture, a simple experience with Swami. Interview room, I was there. He says, Pada Namaskar, and couldn't move. And then he pushed my head 1, 2, 3. Right? And he left me there for some time. So what does it mean? If you want to reach God's feet, you have to 1, 2, 3. The 3 characteristics of the mind and the 3 states of the mind has to be left behind. Activity, darkness, even purity, has to disappear. Means mind has to be completely quiet. Right? And the understanding of the awakened state, dream state, deep sleep has to be understood. Then you reach your feet. And then when you reach the feet, you realize you are the feet. Right? And then the game is over.
Could you repeat, please? I got 3 stages.
Why don't you stay happy as you are? And forget about stay with the happiness and forget about the knowledge. Because you look at it. They call it gunas. I don't like see when I came here also, see Mr. Radhanath says we are here to make the path easy for you. See, you don't need to learn Hindi, you don't need to learn Sanskrit, you don't need to become Hindu, right? He will tell us when you speak to your people. In case you haven't noticed me, I am here. Be careful. I am going into rest. Good. See, it cannot last forever. See, for how long can the ego talk? Eventually, three characteristics of the mind: see, activity, purity, dullness. So dullness is a state when somebody talks to you, you don't understand anything. See, you are clumsy, you are lazy, you are sleepy. You can't function properly. So better to go to sleep. Then it's also called activity, right? Activities of the mind. Active mind is an activity when I am expecting always something in reward. See, I'm doing this to get that. See, it's called selfish action. It's the selfishness. Right? Then there is purity. Purity is kindness, compassion, empathy. The mind is orientated towards the collective. See, what can I do for you? Yes, of course, I will show you. Da, da, da. Yes, of course. Otherwise, you say, no, 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 no. I have too many things to do for myself. Right? I have too many pleasures to satisfy today. Right? I need to make so much money. See? Because this is the only thing that I have, money. And I need more. Whatever. Right? And all this is still is activities of the mind. See, the mind is active in one way or another, right? So the mind has to be quiet completely. It cannot be dull. It cannot be active. It doesn't even have to be pure. Even the purity has to go, right? Because purity still is desires. I want to do something for you. See? Still there is I and you. And then when the mind keeps quiet, what remains is what? When this I disappears, what is this I that remains? Right? Now, in deep sleep, what is in deep sleep? You tell me. What is your experience in deep sleep? Huh? Everything disappears, right? Right? How do you know everything disappears? Who is the I that knows everything disappears? Right? Is you. Right? So you are ever present. Right? Everything disappears, I remain. So this I, neither appears nor disappears, is ever present. This is why it's called real. That is real I. Whatever appears and disappears is not real. Right? So you are that which is real, you are reality itself. If you understand the three characteristics of the mind and the three states of the mind, that is enough. You don't need to know too much. Tantra, Yantra, Mantra, Kundalini. This is just food for thought. Right? And this is for yogis. We are not yogis. We are ordinary people. And even these yogis suffer from a yogic ego. See, they are enchanted by the powers and so. See, I'm so flexible. I can even kiss my own back, just to put it in a nice way. And reinforces I am the body. See, very powerful. There was the difference between Rama and Ravana. No? Ravana was very powerful. He was a very powerful man, and he was worshipping the same god Shiva. Huh? He was a devotee of Shiva. Swami also said, "I give you what you want until you want what I came to give you." Then Ravana was asking for powers, right? And Rama was asking for nothing. So both were powerful, but one was good and the other one was bad. So one represents the bad qualities of the mind, the other one represents the good qualities of the mind. Team. Come on. You will not be in the camera. Now camera is here.
Yes, I'm fine.
You will find us. We met in Tiruvannamalai by accident. It's an accident. You throw the net and so the fishes find themselves up there. So what is So they came to see this place. Today is Krishna's birthday. he was ever born. Why not? There was a previous Purna avatar. The last Purna avatar. Sorry. Where are you from? Russia. Russia. You were the lady who was trying to rent the house. Did you organize it already? No. Have you seen it?
I decided to leave this idea.
Ah, good.
Did you?
No, I found another one, same place. Bigger than the one in Tiruvannamalai, cheaper. But not bigger, same. And this is why we came to Puttaparthi, right? 1 week, 1 month, right? Is to be quiet, so we can experience, see, so we can realize the self, right? And this place is auspicious, right? There's such a vibration is in the ashram. You have everything that you need there. Good food. We even have now shopping centers. Everything is there, right? In Puttaparthi, you have the right to remain silent. See, because whatever you say may and will be used against you. Right? You don't have to say even hi to anybody, right? Now hi nor bye, silent. You go on you. Otherwise, how are you? Where are you from? What are you doing here? You're such a nice guy. Shall I marry you? Right? And then more troubles. Right? And then the I am the more idea gets reinforced. I love you. How can that be love? If there is I and you, there is no love. Right? Love is the absence of I and you. Then you love everybody equally. Right? That doesn't mean that if you're married, you have children, you don't love your children, but you will not be contracted, limited to this small group, your clan. It is for everybody equally. Not that you're going to marry everybody now. My phone is on fire today. My phone is on fire. It is a pity that I cannot speak in the ashram again. I don't mind giving satsang, but I don't feel 100% happy with having to take you out of there and then go back. It will be more auspicious to do it inside. I will knock the door one more time to see what happens. Today or tomorrow, I'll ask. I was told there is no satsang in the ashram. I'm so surprised. There must be one word enough. More thinking. Satsang or lecture, we have to differentiate. Tired? You look a little bit pulled down. For some reason, you're very silent, no? Any question from the cyberspace? How many people? 9. These are my 9 loyal viewers. Always 9.
Fun number. One more person.
If there is one, I'm happy with it. One that understands. My job is done, I can go.
That's my question. If you see everything is perfection, and everyone isn't enlightened.
There is not even, I don't see the difference between enlightened by how
But you still, how it happens to you that still
they talk about
there
ego.
is some will to help people.
There is no will to help people. See, I can't help it. There is no will, there is no desire, there is no intention, there is no effort, there is no knowledge, I don't even know that what I'm doing. You may not understand this until you find yourself sitting in that chair sooner or later, right? But see, the self, it makes everything to happen. See? It's a causeless cause, right? It's called causeless cause because it kicks the mind out of itself, right? Without intention or desire, without effort, without knowing how to do it, and without knowing that it's doing it. Because to know it, it has to split itself into two, self and mind. See, I am doing this. That is not in the self. See, that is in the mind. When the self kicks out the mind, see, the mind says, I am the self, I am here, this is, there is no God, I am a separate entity. God, what is God, what is the self? Reality, what are you talking about? That doesn't exist. Only this exists, this is only what is real. See, I am real, I am here, right? You are there, I am different from you, separate from you, see? Independent from you, better than you, see? More enlightened than you, more spiritual than you, right? See, I dress in white, you still dress in colors, right? See, the spiritual ego, if you think the material ego smells fishy, this one stinks, the spiritual ego. Then you come here and talk about ego, talk about mind, and I ask you, what are you talking about? What is it that you're talking about? Have a look. Then, if you have a look, then, cheers, I look. I have a problem. People say, please, see if I need to talk to you. I have a question. You have questions. Who is the questioner? Otherwise, there are no questions, only answers. There are no problems, only solutions. I only think about food. That's the only thing I think about food. How many chapatis will I have? With what? Dal, curry, vegetables, that's all. By the way, she's hungry. Doesn't change.
Yes.
10 more minutes. Food is Indian canteen was often just it's closest at 1. And when I was there, yeah, I had nice chapatis with dal and vegetable curry for 20 rupees.
Amazing.
2 chapatis, 1 portion of dal, 1 portion of vegetables, 2 gulab jamun, which I was missing so much. 20 rupees.
South Indian.
Huh?
South Indian.
North Indian canteen. No, South Indian canteen is even more cheaper, but it's this price for me. Too much cheaper. So when you wake up, the only thing that you think about are thoughts for the practicality of daily life and for the maintenance of the body. You're only concerned to provide the minimum for the maintenance of the body, the minimum. You don't, because you will feel uncomfortable having to accumulate things and then you have to move from here to there, and you have to carry all that stuff. So it's better to travel light. Because you don't know when you have to move from point A to point B, right? And then, I live according to his teachings. 3 white kurta pajamas. 1 is in the laundry, 1 is in the closet, 1 on the other. What else do we need here? Right? What else do we need here? Food? Accommodation is there. Nothing to worry about. Even when I was living in Moscow, same. See, my cave, see, was my room, right? And then the canteen, my kitchen, right? And then I will go to babushka shop in the corner, get the food and go back. That was it. And if I will go out, just to stretch my legs, not to become stiff, right? And to go give satsang and go back. My life hasn't been different than since I left Puttaparthi. It's just was shifted to a different place, but the kind of life is the same. When this body is satisfied, the nature of the body is satisfied, what is there to think about? And if you do something such as walking or whatever it is, it's for that purpose only, right? For the maintenance of the body. And you will be surprised how little this thing needs. It needs more food than what you can possibly imagine, less sex than what you can possibly imagine, less of anything that you can possibly imagine. If it needs sex at all. You can have it, why not? It's a biological need. And more identity with the body, even that may drop until. What to do? There's something that I noticed by aging. See, time passed by, and the only thing that grows in the body keeps on growing, nose and ears. Everything else shrinks. Everything else we start shrinking. It's very big. That's what will happen. So heavy, you have to hold it to this. Inquire. There and then, don't let it go too far. Otherwise, you find yourself again in the mind carousel. In the merry-go-round, going from nowhere to nowhere. And you are so lucky, see, to be here so young. So lucky, you're so young and you're really here. This is merits. You must have done something in previous life to be here so young. It's good luck, good karma. Then use it properly so you don't have to, you will not need another body anymore. Not a gross one. No questions? No answers. So we'll leave it for today. See you tomorrow is the last one. Right? And then for the 1st of September, I'm back.